Coming up in today's video.
They didn't want to let me in or embrace me. 4 boys, 4 girls in my family.
8 of you.
We're in talks with Angelina Jolie's people. And so if we could get Will Smith and the likes of Angelina Jolie through the trials and tribulations, I went through the gang life.
I'm going to jail.
Yeah,
this
I
is
was
it
prepared.
for me.
I'm going in. Yeah. Like, you're destroying our morals and stuff like that. You're still watching My Way or the Highway.
You're a proper boss, innit? This video is sponsored by Bougie Affair, bringing you all the latest quality fashion pieces from the UK, US and Europe. We are based in Lusaka, Zambia, so come and shop with us. You will find all the details in the description box below. David is a British Zambian filmmaker and CEO of Kazadi Films. He made his debut in 2021 with his successful film Black Dollar, which grossed over $9.7 million.
The box. This box was supposed to change our lives. But we did not know what we were about to unleash. This is your gang. Huh? Not even my dead mother can believe this. This is not Kinshasa. This is not Kopala. This is Lusaka.
He continues to create new films and successful TV shows such as Divorce Club and Banks and Robbers. Ladies and gentlemen, meet the one and only Mr. David Kazadi.
That was an amazing intro, isn't it?
Oh,
Gassing me.
I know. I'm so excited to be here. Like the fact that you're British Zambian, you're in Zambia, and you're doing things like that's amazing.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
So, for the people that don't know you, David, what's your backstory? Just like who you are, where you're from.
So backstory is very simple. I'm a man, a brother, a son, and all that stuff. You know, I always find it hard to like answer this part of the question because it's like, who are you?
Why?
I don't know. It's just I'm the firstborn of 8. There's 4 boys, 4 girls in my family.
8 of you.
Yeah. It's mad.
And it's split 4-4.
Literally 4 boys, 4 girls.
Wow.
Yeah, and obviously I'm the firstborn of that. So
you're the firstborn.
Firstborn, yeah.
So what's the oldest and youngest? Let's break that down.
How old is she now? She's I'm gonna get this wrong. She's not gonna like this.
Oh no.
She is 7.
Wow.
I think 7. She can't be older than 7. She's 7, 6 or 7. No, 7 or 8 actually.
Yeah.
I'm 31. I'm turning 31 in June.
Really?
June.
You're from the UK.
Yeah.
What part of the UK are you from?
Southwest.
Southwest London.
Yeah.
What was it like growing up in London as a black boy?
Boy, it was, isn't it? I mean, if you've heard the stories, you know what the stories are.
No, but a lot of people haven't.
A lot of the people who see me now, doing what I'm doing are like, I'm a very different person because obviously I went through the trials and tribulations. I went through the gang life, and I had no business doing like road stuff because both my parents are preachers, pastors. My dad's a medical doctor. My mum's a lawyer, so I had no business doing it. But then I had influential cousins and whatnot, so I did the road thing. Almost went to prison. That's when sort of my life changed around.
How old were you when that happened?
I was 17 when I almost went to prison because obviously what they could have done one or two things. They could have kept me on and like dragged the case so that they try me as an adult. Then I'd have gone to adult prison. But for whatever reason, I don't know. I still think it's a miracle because the judge looked at me and was like, "We're going to give you a second chance." Because back then I was trying to be a lawyer because I was studying law at A levels. So it's like, "We're going to give you a chance. You're going to just turn your life around." So in that moment, I realized I have 2 options, innit? I either change my life for the better, or I keep following these roadmen who half of the time weren't really doing much, you know, coming in and out of prison, you know, getting stabbed, getting shot, all of these different things. So yeah, turned my life around. I had this entire elaborate plan as to what my life's going to be after, because see, I was always smart. So that's what I was saying. Like I had no business being on the road. Like there was genuinely no business. But obviously, you know, I had the influence and peer pressure. Yeah. So wrote a whole plan. So I wrote a plan of my life from when I was 17 till 31. Yeah, till 31. So this year is my last year. And like I just wrote everything I want to be. So I wrote it backwards.
Is it coming true?
Yeah, one of the things I wanted to do was obviously come to Africa, set up something here, blah, 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 blah. Did all of that. So when we did Black Dollar, that was like a massive milestone because it was like, oh, great. So this is the beginning of everything else. So Black Dollar was actually a year earlier because I was supposed to have done Black Dollar in 2020. I did it in 2019. So it was so much earlier. So yeah, like long and short of it is, I'm either very lucky or very blessed. I go with blessed.
But don't you go by the fact that your parents would have prayed for you? Like your parents
I
are
think they
pastors,
did. No. For real, I think
right?
a big part of it is to do with prayers, because even like, so what I had done that nearly got me to go into prison was like, you know, when you know that you're going in,
Yeah.
like you got guys who have done similar, if not even things that are equal to what you've done,
Yeah.
and they've gone in. So I knew that
You were prepared, like I'm going to jail.
Yeah,
This
I
is
was
it
prepared.
for me.
I'm going in.
Yeah.
I knew I was going to go into juvie, but obviously I didn't know the law that well, so I just thought, okay, cool, I'll go into juvie. I can handle juvie. So when they told me that, you know, you could have gone to adult prison, because I did it almost a month before my birthday.
Oh my, see?
Yeah.
You see how God works sometimes?
That's
crazy.
Yeah.
So I was snooping around on your Instagram. Do you know what I mean? Like I like to do a little bit of research on my guests.
There's not enough on my Instagram. I'm new to IG. I only joined the IG 6 months ago.
Really?
Yeah.
I was really having a good look. Like, let me just find something, you know?
Yeah.
But I found it really sweet. So I saw your post about your little sister.
Yeah. That's the youngest one.
Yeah. So what's that story? Because you're like raising her and stuff.
So when she was born, obviously mum and dad started traveling because, you know, they raised big kids and whatnot, so they had to go and start, you know, enjoying their lives and whatnot. Yeah. So I was left to raise her almost. So I think she was about a year or two when mum and dad left to go and do their thing. So I had to be the man of the house.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I basically saw her growing up. I was with her for good. So wait, she must be like 8 now, actually. I was with her for a good 3 to 4 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like, you can imagine, like a baby, and I'm seeing her grow up. And so while I was raising her, so to speak, I was also raising Kazadi Films, because it started off in the UK. So I saw the parallels between, you know, how mature I got with, you know, my little sister and what it taught me about the industry and the business and whatnot. So I had to make sure certain things worked, because if they didn't work, she probably weren't going to have milk and stuff like that. Of course, mum and dad would, you know, send money.
Still have that. You had the responsibility. You're the one in house.
Absolutely.
With the baby.
So she basically, in more ways than she can ever know, helped shape me to become the man that I am today. And so a lot of the success and a lot of the stuff that I'm doing, I owe it to her as well.
Oh, that's beautiful. So you're looking forward to being a dad in the future?
No.
Oh, okay.
I've done enough of that.
You're tired, yeah?
I basically raised kids, you know, so it's like, I know what it is. I mean, I'm not completely against being a father.
No, you want to have kids in the future though, right?
Yeah, no, I do. But just not 8. Not 8.
How did your parents do that? That's a lot of work.
Yeah, that's a question I'm going to have to ask my mom about. Yeah.
Wow, and both your parents are Zambian?
Yeah.
What's your Zambian name?
David.
No, that's not a Zambian name, babe.
What do you mean that's not a Zambian name?
No. Guys, David is a Zambian name. I don't think so. No. You don't have a middle name?
I don't have a middle name.
Wow. Oh, okay.
What's your middle name? Wangala.
Yeah. Okay. That's Lozi.
Oh, you're Lozi?
Half Lozi and half Bembe. My dad's Bembe, my mum's Lozi.
I like that.
Yeah.
I went to the Lozi
the festival.
Yeah.
Did you go? Amazing. No, I didn't go. That's not rubbing it in.
It was so cool. It
looks amazing, doesn't it?
Met the king and everything.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, take me next time. That sounds
when is the next one?
Next year.
Oh, it's every year, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a yearly thing.
Yeah, you should come through.
No, I definitely will. So, guys, just to give you a little bit of info here before we start filming, I'm sorry, but I'm going to cuss you. Right? The thing is, right, I'm from Leeds, West Yorkshire, and obviously David is from London. Do you know what David said to me? He went to me, "You sound like you're from Birmingham." Like, the disrespect. I know people from Birmingham be watching, but guys, this is a Yorkshire accent. What? Where? How?
Listen,
and then he had the cheek to say to me, "Everybody just sounds the same."
Listen, yeah. I've lived in Birmingham. Yeah, so I know what I'm talking about.
They don't sound like me though. Birmingham, from Yorkshire, Birmingham. Not the same thing, babes.
Ain't gonna say
I think it's a London thing. You see, all London people, this is what they do when they live in London. They think everybody sounds the same.
Not even, but see, I've travelled. I've lived everywhere. So I know what I'm talking about. But you know.
So you're one of those people, you hear a Spanish person and a French person, and you say it sounds the same?
No. No, they don't sound the same. Because I understand French. Yeah, and a bit of Spanish, so I know the difference.
Hola, ¿cómo te llamas?
Okay, not like that. No.
Oh, see?
I understand it. No. Like I said, I understand it. You're asking me questions, but I can't answer. But I understand you.
What did I say then?
Hello, how you doing?
Okay, I'll let you off.
Come on.
I'll let you off.
Let's get some hearts, bruv.
Hi guys, it's just a quick one. I'm so sorry to disturb you. Can you please all do me a favor? Can you please like, comment and share this video? The problem is so many of you are watching my videos but you're not liking and commenting. The more that you like and comment and share, it helps my videos get seen by more people. I'd really appreciate it. Like and comment. Thank you. Bye. So why did you move to Zambia? What was the main reason that made you come here?
So like I said, it was always part of the plan to come back to Zambia and set up stuff. Actually, I wasn't even planning to come to Zambia. So Zambia is easier because obviously it's home, but I wasn't planning to come. Like I didn't know which African country I was going to get back to. Like one of the ones that were on top of my list was actually Nigeria, because I thought, Nigeria is a bit more established. I'm going to go there and I'm going to make a difference. But then when I was sort of assessing and doing my research and trying to work out, where am I going to have the most impact and sort of change lives, I worked and I figured, wait, I've never seen a Zambian movie. It just hit me. I was like, I've never seen a Zambian movie. What's going on? I've seen Nigerian films. I've seen Ghanaian films, but I ain't never seen a Zambian film. So because my uncle was already set up here with Hot FM and all them things there.
So tell us, for the people that don't know, tell us a bit about your uncle, who he is, what he does.
Yeah.
Just to give
so my uncle's obviously the chairman of the group of the company. So Kazadi Films, Hot FM, Plus, all of them. So he's basically the chairman. He sits on top of the board.
Right.
He founded Hot FM with my cousin, my late cousin Zach. So that's sort of how this empire started as far as Zambia is concerned.
Wow.
Yeah. So while they were building Hot FM in Zambia, I was building Kazadi Films in the UK. So we were sort of building and doing things. So he would come back and forth, because obviously he's a British guy as well. Then he would always see what I'm doing. And he would always tell me, come to Zambia and you're going to see things are going to change. You're going to do amazing stuff. Yeah. And obviously I'm a UK boy, so I was like, and I'd never visited Zambia until I came back. So I was like, there's no way, man.
Hold on. So when did you leave Zambia?
I left when I was 5. And
then you came back at what?
28.
Wow, that's a long time.
Yeah, so the Zambia that we have now ain't the Zambia I remember. That's a long time ago. Yeah. So I always used to play it off like, no, I'm all right. I'm all right. And obviously I was making decent money, so there was no need for me to come back and forth. But then 2019, he sort of convinced me to say, come for 6 months, just come and check it out. Come on holiday. If you like it, stay. If you don't, you can always go back to the UK. Yeah, what's that can happen? Came in, flew in. Not the new airport, it was the old airport, which was like, what the hell is this, bruv?
I know.
You remember the old airport?
I remember I came when I was 12 and I was like, where are we?
The new airport bangs though.
No.
The new one's serious.
And it's cleaner than Heathrow.
Yeah,
the new airport
is
cleaner than Heathrow. I'm telling you.
It's serious.
Especially for girls. Yeah. I go to that toilet, I don't sit on the seat, but I'm like, I could though.
You could sit on the seat.
I could. That's how clean it is.
The new airport is serious.
Yeah.
So I flew in the old airport and I was just like, so when you don't want to go somewhere and then you come, then realize you start picking on all the small things. So I wasn't open-minded because I wanted to find a reason to want to go back. Yeah. So then we got on that tar road where the car's literally making you dance. So I was like, nah, bro. But I was a bit optimistic because the weather was nice, the food was nice. Then when I came, I was small. Look at me, I'm 3 times the size that I came in.
Really?
Yeah, I grew weight in less than 2 months.
It's the shimmer, babe. It's the shimmer. The T-bone, right? And the way
I fell in love with the food. Anyway, I'm sort of digressing.
We'll get to the food and stuff later. So the main reason you came, you've told us, was you wanted to establish yourself.
I didn't even come to establish myself.
You just wanted to see?
I came for holiday. Then from there, my uncle's like, okay, let's make a movie. I'm like, what? It's like, you're here, why not? So I was like, yeah. So I thought we could do it and just, any sort of film, just shoot something for the sake of it.
Yeah.
My man says there's $1 million available. Shoot the film. I'm like, this is serious.
Oh my gosh,
we're not going to waste $1 million. Come on. So then I realized how serious everything was. So I started calling some people from the UK, some friends from South Africa, some friends from Kenya, all over the country. to come in and be like, guys, I have a budget, let's make a film. So that's how Black Dollar was birthed. So the success or the stress that Black Dollar brought is what got me to establish the industry, because then I started learning about what wasn't here and how much we could change the narrative and change the agenda. So yeah, now I'm here.
So who wrote Black Dollar?
So I wrote the story, but I've got script writers who sort of clean it up.
How long did it take you to write the script?
So it took me 5 months because I had already exhausted my first month. So 5 months to not really the script. 5 months to write the story and get the story good.
Yeah.
And then it took us about a year to get the script just right.
Okay then. And then when you first came back to Zambia, obviously real talk, because I know that there's going to be a lot of Zambians in diaspora and just Africans in the diaspora in general who are going to be watching this, right? So what we want to know, David, is it worth coming back? Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely. Come on. Financially, I'm making more money here than I could make anywhere in the UK tax-free. You know it.
What do you mean tax-free? You don't pay tax?
Not obviously, I'm paying tax. Hey, ZRA. I'm paying my taxes, yeah? No, but you know how the UK tax system is. You
it's
can't.
crazy.
It's nuts.
You get your salary.
The sort of money I'm making here, if I was making that kind of money in the UK, I wouldn't be enjoying as much. Do you get what I'm saying?
Okay. Then.
The taxman will take a big chunk.
Okay. Then.
If I was in the UK, over here the taxman is a bit more friendly. Okay.
Okay.
So that's number one. Number two, land is so much cheaper. Okay. You've obviously seen the studio. To build something like this in London, or Leeds, or Birmingham, basically in the UK, you're gonna need bags and bags and bags of money.
Yeah.
It wasn't that expensive compared to UK. I mean, it still costs money.
Yeah.
But compared to what it would have cost in the UK is ridiculous. And we own this building, so it's not a rental. This is ownership. So that's a big advantage. Number three, Zambia, and to a great extent, a lot of these African countries are virgin land, which means, do you know how New York was in the 70s and before the Rockefellers got in?
Yeah, when they were building.
They were building and trying to get. That's what Zambia is right now. There's growth and there's potential and stuff like that. I always tell people, in the next 5 to 10 years, Zambia will be so big, the industry, the infrastructure, everything will boom so much. People are going to make themselves so rich, if that's what you're into, and change so many lives. But you have to have been there when...
You have to build, right?
Yeah, you have to be there
It's like that saying that people say, if it's already built, then you're too late.
You're too late. So anyone who, for instance, right now, anyone who comes in to Zambia right now, and this is obviously not to brag or anything, they have to come through us because we've built that sort of foundation where the industry is concerned. Because you're not going to come in and think you're just going to shoot stuff, because there's certain things that we've learned along the ways that you want to learn and understand. Okay, cool. If I do it this way, I'm going to do that. This is what's going to happen. If I do it this way, this is what's going to happen. So that foundation was built through a lot of blood, sweat, and tears. So that gives us a very good platform to build on. So anyone who's coming after that, it's peak.
So let's talk about building your production company. Your uncle's we've got $1 million. Do you know what I mean? We can spend all this money.
I wish you said that.
It sounds a lot. The other thing, a lot of people don't know, me and David have actually got a few things in common. We both went to film school. So I went to film school in the States. I did directing, by the way.
Come on, let's go.
I know.
And it's not easy, yeah?
No, I was crying babes all the
For
time.
real?
No, it's been because I think when people think you go to university and you're doing a creative course, they just think you're filming all the time. But you have to be learning even just the ethics of filmmaking and film study, theory and stuff. Sometimes a bit naive, oh my gosh, I don't even understand 3-point lighting. What are they talking about? What is this? Do you know what I mean? So tell us about your uni days. Where did you go?
I went to Staffordshire Uni.
Oh.
Yeah. So I was how many? There was 2 black people on my course, me and my best friend Stephanie.
That's it.
Yeah, and she's from Battersea.
UK life.
So, but it was one of the recommended unis after NFTS, because I went to do.
I actually got in at NFTS.
You did?
Yes,
I did
actually.
I did a cinematography course at NFTS, and
Did
obviously
you?
NFTS is NFTS for a reason.
For the people who don't know NFTS is like the best film
It's
school
like
in the world.
the Oxford of film school, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it is the best film school in the world. We're not just like chatting.
Yeah.
Because people watching, what are you talking about? I got into NFTS, but I was going to do TV production.
Okay.
And I was going to do directing. That's what I went in it for.
Okay.
But for a master's.
Yeah.
Yeah, just saying.
Me too, actually. I did a cinematography
Really?
course for my master's after I graduated. Yeah.
That's really interesting.
Yeah. So we've been through the same places.
Yeah, it's hard. How do you feel yourself in terms of like, you've gone to university and you're doing what you did in uni? Like, how does that feel?
It's surreal because so the only time I realized that I've done so much is when I obviously sit with people who are like, oh my God, David, like this interview made me realize, oh snap, yeah, this is actually something. But most of the times I'm always on the go. Like my phone's rang like, 4 times. See that?
Wow.
Yeah. So like, my phone's rang a couple times. And so I don't get enough time to just stop and be like, what have I done? Do you know what I mean? Because I'm constantly on the go.
Yeah.
So
because I don't think David realizes how big this place is. Like literally, when I walked into his office, I was like, wow, like this is amazing. He's just like, yeah, you know. He wasn't even bothered, and I had to say to him, I was like, David,
but then it sounds like you made me realize.
Don't you realize like this is massive? Okay, real talk. This is like central London, babes.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? Like you're on Oxford Street, you're going to office.
Actually, true, yeah, because this is Long Acres.
And look how many floors you're going in, and you don't see that. Like I don't think you realize.
But it's not. Like, I'm not doing it. I'm not trying not to see it. I want to see it.
It's because you're here every day.
Because I'm here every day, but also like, you know, so when I was 16, the stuff I wanted to achieve when I was 21. Then when I was 21, the stuff I wanted to achieve by the time I was 25. Then, you know what I mean? The cycle keeps going. So when I was 21, I forgot about everything I wanted to achieve when I was 16 because I was already there. So then I was focused on what I wanted to have when I was 25. Mm-hmm. So I feel like, you know, this is advice to myself. I just need to take a step back and just be like, oh, okay, cool. I've done all right.
Breathe. You need to take it
I've done all right. I've done all right. But like, because right now, like we did Black Dollar, we did Divorce Club, we did Secret Life of a Slave Queen, we did Beautiful Mess, and obviously a few other commercials and whatnot. My mind right now is, what is the next production that we're gonna do? And so, you know, when I get into meetings, like meetings that I have tomorrow, I'm talking to investors and, you know, I'm talking to people because we want to open a theme park as well. That's part of the big vision.
Really?
Yeah. So I'm chatting to all these people. So the time for me to sit back and think, oh, what have I done? And I'm just like, no, on to the next thing. So that's sort of what it is.
Oh, that's really cool. Like, I just find it amazing. Now, I know, like, it's so positive, but I know for a fact there are going to be some people in comments. Yes, you lot in the comments. I know what you're going to say. Some people are going to say this. Yeah, but it's all good for you, David. Your uncle gave you $1 million, do you know what I mean? And you made it happen. Like, some of us, we ain't got no money. We don't have it like you do you know what I mean? Like, you've got a silver spoon in your mouth.
No, not even. So, and this is a question I've answered so many times in like a lot of the interviews. The reason he was comfortable enough to give me $1 million was because he had already seen what I had built with nothing. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
What did you build with nothing? Tell us quickly about that.
I have a running company in the UK. Okay. So Kazadi Films in the UK was running. It was making money. I mean, I wasn't making $1 million, but you know, I was making decent money. Yeah. Employees and all of that.
Oh wow!
Yeah. So he didn't just say, "Come here and you know get an easy." No, because that's why I was saying no, because I was like, why am I going to leave something that's making money to come and take a risk? Do you know what I'm trying to say? So the only way to sort of entice me would be like, listen, you're probably making, you know, £250,000. I'm going to give you $1 million. You're like, yeah, I'm going to take that. Yeah. So, and, you know, he's a businessman. Like, he's done business for the longest time. So he's not going to risk that much money if he knew he weren't going to get it.
Well, he knew that you could do it, number one. So for the people watching, what have we learned already? The fact of that, he was doing something. So the thing is, you know, unlike here, the fact of the matter is that you've got to be in it to win it, right? You're already there in the UK, you're already making moves, and your uncle's seeing that, hold on, he's talented, let me give him a chance. So it's not just, it was just like, come to Zambia and make a film. Do you know what I mean? There was a lot more.
He would never risk that much money if he weren't sure. Okay. And obviously, can you imagine the pressure? Like, you're coming for a holiday, and then they give you this much money to shoot a film. If you flop, your uncle's going to stop being your uncle, innit?
Yeah.
He's going to become your granddad.
That's a lot of money.
So I had to get my big boy boots on because Bruv, yeah. Our
It's a
family
lot
and
of
all
money.
family's business.
Wow.
Yeah.
So talking about family, like, do you speak Member?
Words, not like I don't.
Malishani.
But you know.
Okay.
Bruv, you gotta try something other than that, man.
I know. I'm not even gonna go deep. So, but can you understand?
I understand everything. I just can't speak.
He's better than me, boy.
Yeah.
Because me understand certain things. You know what I mean? I'm not always there. How did you? The fact of like you don't speak fluent Member. How is that business wise? Does that affect you?
Hectic. Because obviously, like, you know, trying to have a conversation with people and trying to make them understand stuff. Because in Zambia, there's no film school in Zambia.
Yeah.
So a lot of the filmmakers, like your camera operators,
Yeah.
are probably self-taught and they probably learn stuff through YouTube. Now, I don't want to knock, you know, self-taught people, but you sometimes they learn with bad habits because you're learning from one source.
Yeah.
And so when I had to start employing people to work full time, you know, on movies and whatnot, I just lost my mind half of the time because I'm just like, I get what you're doing and I get why you're doing it because you have this amount of knowledge.
Yeah.
But there's a plethora of information that you don't know about, and you don't want to come off as if you know like people who know stuff and they've been to film school, they want to like put it in shove it in people's stuff. I didn't want to be that guy, so I had to find a balance between trying to put my foot down and educate them, and also not feel like you're bullying them. You know,
like you're being a bit pompous, you know what I mean? You know, when you go into like, well, you know, are we making social realism here? Or are we doing social?
So that was hard, but also language barriers because there's certain things I'm going to explain in English, they might not understand.
Why don't you learn?
I have been learning, but bruv, I'm 31. It's hard to learn a new language.
I know. I feel because I'm in the same boat, but there's that school, the France school, like you can do it online. Like I'm starting in a few weeks.
November.
Yeah.
Where?
I'll tell you when we're finished, but you can do it on Zoom and everything. I've been speaking them and it's really affordable.
But like, are you actually learning Bemba?
Yeah, you are on a weekly basis. No, with a once-a-month.
So give me a phrase in Bemba.
Hey, don't.
See what I'm saying?
It's not my interview.
See what I'm saying? Like, I can't lie. I want to learn, but like, you know, like, because I speak fluent French. Do you know what I mean? Like,
no, but you can though. Do you know what it is, right? Because I'm in the same boat as you. I think you actually need to be taught by a teacher, and then you need to practice with your students. I think that's how.
Where am I going to find?
I know, but you've got to squeeze in half an hour a week, babes, an hour a week.
But half of the time, when they get angry with me, they speak to me in Bemba. So that's how I'm learning. I'm learning street Bemba. Like I know all the Bemba swear words, like literally.
Really?
Yeah, but I can't say them on camera, can I? Can I say them?
Not really. No.
He's gonna be like, what did you say?
Oh, that's hilarious. I remember my sister came to visit me on holiday one time, right? And then we were having dinner, and she used to have this stupid habit of like she's eating, and she'd go, "Hey, I'm so full. I feel like a hoo-hoo." And like she used to say this all the time. And literally, I remember I was sitting on the table because you don't know. We all know what we're saying, right? I said the exact same thing, and my dad was like, "Inonge, what have you been telling Trish?" So you need to know what you're saying.
Man.
Okay, cool. What's the best thing about Zambia? What's the best thing about being here?
Everything. Literally, I mean, you want me to list it? The weather's good, the food's good, the people are good and friendly. With the right foundation, you can make a lot more money than you are making in the West. We have very good housing. We have cheaper land.
We don't even pay council tax here.
You know what I mean? Like, your whatever you think and imagine, you can have it done here. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Much cheaper and probably better and sturdier. Do you know what I mean? Some of the things that I complain about that you probably would complain about would be like internet, water, and all that kind of stuff. But the only reason we're complaining about these things is because we've been exposed to the West.
That's true.
Do you know what I mean? If we weren't exposed to the West, like how would you know that, I can't even mention the internet providers. Like how would you know that X mobile provider and Y mobile provider is the worst?
Yeah.
I mean, so those are things that we now come and sort of, because we've been exposed to it, to try and improve.
We're used to it.
Yeah, and we want to improve now because we've sort of seen what other people do in the West. But if you just bring it down, like in the UK, for instance, depression is like, do you know what I mean? Like people.
Yeah, but here people
are cheerful and happy.
I know people be like selling tomatoes and they'll be like over the moon and back.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
yeah.
And you'd be there stressed. Yeah, and you're stressing
over what? You don't have the right shoes.
Oh, you can't buy you didn't get the right contract to your phone. But do you miss home? What do you miss about the UK food-wise? Top 3 foods you miss?
See, this is the part where you want to find out from a foodie, innit?
Yeah.
I miss McDonald's, so
really,
don't judge me. Yeah, I miss McDonald's. Like for real. I miss McDonald's.
Really?
Like them little nuggets, because we don't have McDonald's here. we've got Nando's. I mean,
Nando's is not
better,
the same though.
but it's better here.
I don't know.
I think it's better.
I don't.
For real?
I like it, but like I just like my chicken Nando's. Do you know what I mean?
What do you mean chicken Nando's? But Nando's is better here. This is real chicken.
I don't know.
Not GMO.
No, it's the flavors are not the same. Not because of
but
the
they're
chicken.
better.
The sauces, I don't know. I like the other sauce. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you're a UK girl, isn't it? That's man.
I prefer.
I prefer the Nando's here. But like, I think I missed. Asked for top 3. McDonald's.
McDonald's, okay.
Yeah. I was a big Mackey's fan.
What do you find most challenging about being in Zambia?
Access to equipment. That's a big thing. So if I wake up and I say, especially in my field, and I say I want an Arri Alexa because I want to shoot something, I'm gonna have to travel to South Africa, travel to Kenya, or get someone to come in, and then pay heavy tax because of imports and whatnot. That's one. 2, it's a very who you know country, and I've come to realize, obviously I've traveled around Africa now, so I've come to realize a lot of African countries are all about who you know, which is annoying because sometimes that one of the things that I've made, I've sort of set as a ground rule for Kazadi films is we don't hire someone based on proximity.
I love that.
So no one's getting hired because they know someone in the company and whatnot. Everyone comes through the same way. That's what you notice. Like on my social medias and whatnot, I'm very open. Like basically an open book. So when there's an opportunity, I'll post it, and then everyone's going to send it, whether to me or through HR. Then I have to make sure that as they're employing people and they're bringing them for interview, it's not because it's your cousin or your cousin's cousin. And so that's one thing that I'm doing to curb the whole.
I rate that. I rate that so much, because what I find really annoying, like obviously my little side gig, I do social media marketing for businesses, and I'm not even chatting. Like what I'm doing is like real things. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying people are not doing real things. But I don't like this thing of you've got to get in with the right person, and also being a woman, you've got to move a certain way. I'm not feeling that. It's like, and I don't like when people are in positions and they're not doing their job. Like, why are you in a position? You're wasting money.
See, that's one of that's a good thing that the UK has taught us that we can come back home with and improve home. Do you know what I mean? Because a lot of my employees had to sort of adapt to having an open boss. Do you know what I mean? Because they've come from works where if you're the boss, like you basically bully everyone. Like they have no voice. It's my way or the highway. Then they come and they find someone who's like, "What's your opinion?" "Oh, okay, I agree with you. I don't disagree." And they're like, "What?" So it was a bit strange for them, as much as it was strange for me, because I'm like, "Huh?
What's
your employees, your people, innit? Like have an opinion. I didn't employ you to be machines." And so those are some of the things that we now bring back home and improve the work culture and whatnot. So yeah.
No, I rate you for that. Absolutely, I love that.
I know you're enjoying the video right now, so what we're going to do, I'm going to give you a little backstage tour. We're going to see David's office, his studios, we're going to see where all the magic happens. Now, before I do that, I need you to like this video. I need you to comment, say something. Do you like David as a character, right? Do you like him? Don't you like him? What are your views? And what I need you to do as well, please share this video with anybody that would love it, okay? I'd really appreciate it. That's the video.
So show me around, David.
Hey, come through.
Oh my God! Like, is this your office?
Yeah.
What? Wow.
This is where all the boring stuff happens, all the unnecessary meetings.
Must sit in the chair.
Yeah, go ahead.
Must sit in the boss chair. Oh, okay. I'm not being funny, David, but you're a proper boss, isn't it?
I don't know about that still.
Like, this is the office of the man himself, where the big decisions are happening.
The boring
decisions. No, we can do that. What's the budget? How much are they going to pay for the sponsorship?
She's good at all of this, isn't it?
I can just imagine him doing all of this, you know what I mean? So, how do you feel? I feel nice in this chair, but you're like,
it's nice, yeah?
Yeah, excited.
And it's comfortable as well.
Very comfortable.
Then you've got the movie.
Look at these.
Black Dollar.
Wow.
Yeah. And this one's signed, so it stays there. So I think my signature's somewhere around there.
Yeah.
My uncle, who was obviously, there it is, my uncle's signature.
Yeah.
And my other partner, Muka.
How do you feel when you see this?
This one, I see stress. That's how I feel. This was stressful because you have to remember, making a movie in Zambia, like a real proper film with a budget and whatnot, is hectic.
Really?
Because you're working in an industry that's never done this before, so it gets a bit mad.
Yeah.
So when I see, obviously I'm proud, I've seen, you know, I'm glad it's done bits and whatnot. But when I see all of this, I remember even on this day when we did the photo shoot, like this was green, you might believe it or not.
Huh?
Yeah, he was wearing a green shirt. So
Did you not get the memo?
He got the memo, I just don't know if the costume people got the memo. Because one thing you have to learn about Zambia is everything you need to do, you have to supervise. So you know like how if you're in England, you hire someone to build your house and you sort of pay them and walk away.
Yeah.
If you hire someone to do your house here, you have to be at the site every other day just to make sure the lines are straight and this is done and this is done. So you're like, why am I paying for it? So that's kind of the same thing here. But you know, we had a few internationals who came through, like my producer, Colin Marshall came, she's like had, how long has she been in this? She's been in this for like 20 odd years.
Really?
Yeah, so she made it slightly easier, but even she'll tell you it was stressful.
This office is amazing. It's so big.
So let's get into the studio.
Yeah.
And that's Massey, the sound god behind you.
Hi guys.
So sound god is obviously it's in the name, he does all our sound.
Oh, nice.
Massey is great. You're great, right? Best boy, so.
Do you like doing sound? I always used to find this curious in films, but do you actually like doing sound? Do you enjoy it?
Yeah, I do.
You have a passion for sound?
Yes, I do. That's why I'm putting sound good.
Wow.
Literally, everyone calls it the sound good.
Really?
Yeah.
So over here we're on the set of Bankers and Robbers. So when is this coming out?
It's already out. Yeah, Bankers and Robbers is running out.
Welcome to the only game show in Zambia where you can get paid to lie. Yes, you heard right. For the first time in the history of our country, your lying skills could pay the bills. I'm Kasanda Mwapi, and this is Bankers and Robbers.
So that's that. Subscribe to Zizzle Plus, you need to subscribe. Basically, Zizzle Plus is our Zambian Netflix.
Yeah.
Basically. We stream most of the local content and whatnot. So this is Pastor Isaac and his team, the Cobras.
Nice.
So if you're watching this, subscribe to Zizzle Plus.
I really like how you're going away from TV as well.
Yeah.
And really going into the digital space.
That's what the future is.
It is.
I've got this smaller office.
Yeah. You seem to have a lot of creatives on your team.
Yeah, it's important.
Yeah.
It's important. Then we've got Delphine in here, who is, come. Delphine is our general manager. So she sits in here. Pray big even when you feel small.
Love that.
Yeah, that's all her. That's all her.
So let's have the tea. What is it like working for David? Don't just
Really
pretend
nice.
he's not here.
Really nice.
Stop putting words in her mouth. What is it like?
I'm gonna step out so she can be free, innit?
Yeah, be free.
He's a tough love kind of person.
Really?
Yeah, he'll push you to your limits and he'll make you get out of that shell and just become something that you've never thought you would be.
Good.
Yeah.
That's good. Well, thank you so much for letting us barge in your office. Maybe you meet us downstairs. Are we open to get in? How many people do you fit? Ooh, this is fancy. Let's go.
Come.
We can all squeeze in, can't we?
Yeah, we can. You want to walk downstairs? All right, welcome to the radio pot. So down here is where Hot FM is. So accounts office, and someone's going to ask how come you got burglar bars. So normally during elections, these carders and like fanatics get really excited, so they like barge into radio stations, but they can't barge into this one because.
Why do they come to the radio stations? For what?
Because if you're airing someone from the opposing party, you guys know this, innit? From the opposing party, they don't want to hear it, so they come through to try and cause trouble. So that don't happen, innit? So this is Kwitu FM. Hello. Hi. How you doing? I'm barging in with some cameras. Just smile and act natural. So this is Hot FM. So this is a bit more upmarket. Your bougie kids listen to Hot FM.
I fit in here.
She fits in here. And this is Fanatic. He's got a show that we've just barged in, so sorry about that.
No problem.
So yeah.
Guys, welcome to Hot FM with your girl Trish Chanda. Today's topic, we are going to be finding out who Trish Chanda is.
Come on.
What is she doing? What is she bringing in today? So if you want to watch, make sure that you tune in. Okay. How many floors are we on now?
This
All together.
So this is first floor.
Okay.
You've come from the ground floor, first floor, second floor.
And then we'll go back up.
There's a third floor, which I don't know if I can take you to.
No, we don't have to go there.
That's the penthouse.
No, wow. Massive office. Thank you so much for your help. This place is massive.
Yeah, thanks for coming.
What was the main thing? Like, you went to uni, you want to do film. Why do you like directing? Why are you a filmmaker? Why are you actually in this field? What is it that gives you that passion? Why did you want to do it?
I realized all along that I was a creative because I sing and I play the piano and I come from a whole musical family.
Do you sing? Are you a good singer?
I don't know. I sing. I don't know
Can I
if I'm a
sing
good
us a little
singer.
something? Can
No.
I choose a song?
I'm not gonna sing. That's not gonna happen. You're gonna have to dig deeper now and do some research. Like I used to like properly sing.
Really?
Yeah.
Like like proper like mic and
Concert,
everything,
yeah.
singing in front of people.
My team and I opened for William McDowell in 2014, and that was in front of 80,000 people. So like I used to do gigs. So obviously, to answer your question, I've always been musical. So I just thought I'm just musical because my whole family's musical.
Okay.
And so when I realized that, it's a talent, almost a gift, more so than it is a choice.
It is a talent.
Yeah. Then I branched into film. Then I realized, this is what I've been looking forward to all the time. And a lot of people think because you're in the UK, the system allows you to find yourself.
No.
But even the UK system doesn't encourage creative learning.
No, it does not.
Does that make sense? So I sort of had to, through all the various paths that I went through, that's how I sort of found myself in film. I was like, why didn't no one tell me this from the beginning? Because if I had known that there was something as film school from the very beginning, I probably would have wasted time doing rules and all that stuff. So that's how I found myself in film school.
And your parents are fully supportive?
No, never. The African
I was
parents.
going to say, no, because you said that number one, the musical, but me, I just heard lawyer, doctor. I was like, oh.
No. They're African
How
parents.
did that go down?
What do you want to be a failure? You want to work in McDonald's?
I do work in McDonald's.
So no, it wasn't easy. I had to. That's sort of how I learned tenacity, because remember I told you, like at a certain age, I realized that my life was my life and I had to make decisions. So it's that thing. I don't know if you had it. When you find yourself in your place of purpose, you can't be shaken.
Yeah.
And that's what it was for me. It was a moment of, whoa, like this is who I am. This is who I'm supposed to be. They don't get it. And, I understand why they don't get it, but I would rather, and this is what I said to myself, and it sounds bad because my mom's watching this, she's not like this. I said to myself, one day they're going to die. And that's the truth. Like, one day they will pass. Now, would I want to do something that makes them happy up until they've gone and they're no longer, and, like I'm basically miserable for the rest of my life? Or would I rather have these little squabbles with them now, follow my dreams, and then show them that I can be happy and make money? Right. Once I had the answer, I was like, yeah, mom and dad, we're going to fight about this, but I'm going to prove you. So, it took my dad longer than my mom, because my mom sort of started.
Yeah, but what do they think now? What do they think now?
Oh, they're proud. My mom shares all my posts. My mom and my dad, they share all my posts. They talk about it in all their concerts and all, like, I'm basically the poster child now. Well, I hope I'm the poster child, mom. But like, they do sing the praises and whatnot. But with African parents, I've come to realize this. It's not malice. I think they just want you to be successful.
Yeah.
And because they want you to be successful, they will push you to be successful in the most conventional ways that they know. So the only way to prove to them that, you're not taking a mickey, because I think I'm sort of blessed. Do you know what I mean? Because there are film students who went to film school and aren't doing what I'm doing.
I know so many of my friends who are not doing what they're doing, or who are not even like using their creative. You don't even have to not even in TV, don't even do YouTube. They just do nothing. Yeah. Like they just have like a normal job. And
you can't blame them sometimes, because sometimes it's, you got to think about, I could follow this creative path and not have food on the table, or I could go do a conventional job and put food on the table. And like, that's both in the UK and in Zambia. So that's where it becomes hard, because imagine, like me today at 31 years old, like nothing creative is working, and I'm basically a bum. Do you know what I mean? And my mom's looking at me. It's like the pain she's gonna feel because she won't understand that it's just passion and passion and stuff, but let it bring food on the table. And so I understand the position that I'm in and how lucky and fortunate that I've been to have pursued my dreams, and everything happens. But there are people who it doesn't happen for, and so
no, it happens.
We get why the parents are skeptical.
No, it's a hard career to get to. So the process, in terms of like Black Dollar, what was the idea behind that? Like,
so there's a scam that there's this scam that happens all over Africa called Black Dollar, with the money. Yeah, literally the scam is called Black Dollar. In Zambia we call it washer. Yeah. Washer. It is washer, isn't it, big guy? Yeah. So that's what we call it in Zambia. Yeah, so in Zambia we call it the washer scam, which is obviously what, if you watch the movie, you know what the movie's about. Yeah. So I came across that and I was like, this is genius. Like, what? How come no one's ever made a movie about that? Because it serves two purposes. Firstly, it's funny for people who finally realize they've been scammed, but there's a lesson to be learned for people who haven't been scammed, so they know when someone comes to them with that. And a lot of people prey on, poverty and whatnot to scam people out of a lot of money. So that's how it was birthed. And I was like, if I'm gonna break or do my first African film, it has to be this kind of film where it's a bit
But
of
I think
comedy.
you missed the third point, because just the fact that it's an African thing, that in itself is, everyone can watch it. Everyone can relate
to it. But I think that's one of the reasons it did so well, because right now it's in Nigeria, it's in Guinea, it's playing all over Africa. And if you're flying Emirates and flying BA, it's on the airplanes as well. So the film's done really well because...
Where else can people watch it though? Because I know there'll be a lot of people watching it and they're like, oh my gosh, like some people will know about Black Dollar because everybody in the UK knew about it. Okay. And like obviously, oh my gosh, Zambian film, London boy, Like everybody was getting so excited, like, and we were like, nah. Well, it's gonna be good. I did love the film, but there's one bit I didn't like.
What didn't you like? The snakes?
Nah, that snake. Come on. Why? Why?
I even knew. But which one do you think was fake?
Both of them look fake, babe.
They weren't both fake. One of them was like literally a replica.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of people didn't like that.
No, I didn't like the snake. Yeah.
Listen, I'm not gonna say who the company was, but I paid a lot of money for that CG, and like people don't like it, and that's what I hear all the time. That we didn't like the snakes, and I'm just like, bruv, one of them's real, one of them's fake. But probably the fake one made the real one look fake as well.
I think so. Yeah. But what I did like about it is I just loved how like everybody has Zambian names. Yes. I noticed the small things. I noticed the details, right? Yeah. I love that, and I love the fact of like I could see that there was like a lot of local talent and like new faces. And you see, I love that type of thing because even watching it, I was like, what? Yeah. And like, you know what I mean? Even if you're Zambian.
How did you watch it? Which platform did you watch it on?
I watched it.
Allow me. She pirated it.
I did.
Allow me. What?
Okay, let's move on.
But wait, what? Hey, let's go like that. For real?
I haven't had a CD, babe.
No way. Do you know what? What's funny? Yeah, you're the second person that's like. So I was moving around. I went to Unza. You know Unza, innit? The university. Yeah. And they went, oh my God, David Kazadi. Yeah. So. And then one of the girls comes to the car and she's like, I loved your movie. And I'm like, oh, for real? Which one? She's like, Black Dollar. Yeah, I'm like, oh, nice. You must have watched it on Showmax because it was on Showmax at the time. She's like, no, my friend brought it on a stick. I'm like, what?
No.
You just told me.
But you know what? I felt so guilty. Like, I didn't even want to.
So put some money in my pocket, bro.
No, I actually will. I felt really bad because I'm like.
Actually will.
I actually will. Like, I actually paid what it was in the cinema.
I can't remember what it was. About charging UK prices.
That's fine.
How much are UK cinemas now? It's like what, £5, isn't it?
It's no more than £20, babe.
£20 for cinema?
Yeah, it's like £20 now.
It's okay, I'll take £20.
Like 15.
Then you get £20 as well, then you get £20. Then we're all going to have £60.
No, don't know about that. No, but I will pay you. But I felt really bad. I'm like, Trish, you've gone to film school. This is a filmmaker. No. He's Zambian. But I was like, where else am I going to watch it?
But do you know what my film teacher...
I wanted to watch it.
Do you know what my film teacher said,
Yeah?
The highest form of flattery is when people go to lengths to parody your movie.
Because I couldn't find it. Yeah. I was like, I need to watch this film. I couldn't find. I was looking everywhere.
I want to know how she got it because I swear it would be hard.
No, I'm not saying that.
But now, for people trying to watch it, I'm going to plug our new app. It's called Zizzle Plus.
Yes.
Okay? ZIZWA Plus. PLUS. That's Zizzle Plus. It's our own, like literally, it's our own Zambian Netflix. So you can watch all our movies on there. But if you feel lazy, you can always get on the plane and watch it on the plane.
And guys, it's really affordable. It's only like $5. It's like $4.95, right?
$4.99, yeah.
Like that's in pounds. It's like, what's that? £2?
That's like £3.
Please.
But I mean, you can subscribe for the whole year.
Okay then, so let's talk about Divorce Club.
Yeah, let's do that.
I love it. You know what? I really like, I don't want to call it tacky reality TV, but you know that
Yeah, it's
vibe,
tacky
right?
reality TV.
Love it. I'm proper like, I was like so into it. Charles, Eunice, Lizzie, Sade.
Jeez, those all the names.
Oh yeah,
You'd definitely be watching it.
Yeah, I love it, right? And the thing as well, I was just like, it was just given.
There was a woman who was just as beautiful as you are.
Wow.
You claim to be?
I'm not smart enough though.
Charles chipuba sana. Even if he's my husband, chipuba sana. Kutiabula motoke idi and motoka. Yam kupele ule. What kind of style yo bampere yako but I am kubula motoke andi. No kiam kupele ule. This style on show shpanga.
And do you know what I really have to rate you on? Because obviously by going to film school, I know where it's going to go. Like, I'm so annoying. I go to the cinemas with people. People like, Trish, don't say nothing.
Yeah.
No, at this part here, we don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
But honestly, I was like,
Yeah, you were baffed,
oh my
innit?
gosh,
Like, where did it go?
Yeah! How do you do that? Like, I was like, what? Are they actors? Are they real people?
Oh, they are. Lizzie and them are actors.
They're so good.
Yeah.
They're so good.
Zambia is full of talent.
Sade stole the show.
Yeah. With her 2 words.
Please, you've got
Off
to bring
camera.
Can you bring it back for something?
She is in a reunion, which you can watch on Zuzu Plus.
No, but she has to be in something else. Sade, there was just a vibe about her.
If this woman tells me to shut up one more time, I will slap her. I'm not Liz. If I got to talk her team, you stick on the vow pool.
How it all started was, obviously I wanted to do something tacky and just, plastic TV. And we got people to come in who had like real issues, like the ones that you saw.
Yeah.
But then they didn't want to be the face, so they didn't want to be seen. So I was like, bruv, this is an easy problem. Then they weren't even actors, these people. Like they're just people that we casted and thought, well, you look like the girl, you look like the guy. We're gonna get you guys to perform their story. No. And like they went through it, and now the industry is in love with them. I've seen like 4 different projects on TV with these lot that nobody would have given a chance unless they saw them in Divorce Club.
Amazing. And Eunice as well, like
Eunice is incredible.
You felt for her.
You felt the pain.
And I could like Eunice, it was like I really felt like she was real.
Yeah.
And I know like she was an actress, but I was like, nah, man.
Yeah.
And Charles, I hate him.
Of course.
So when you hate them, and like
then you know it's real.
And Liz, I was like, you're hyped.
Come on.
I was like,
Come on.
who are you, Lizzie?
Yeah.
She's getting so annoyed.
Yeah.
And Shade, like, if that were me,
they did a good job.
Now, what I want to find out is like, Zambians are going to be like, why are you saying that? It's my show. I can say what I want.
Let's go. Okay. Come on.
Right. How do you find it, right? Because I find like Zambians, I love you guys, right? How did they find Divorce Club? What were people really saying? Because I was reading some comments and I was looking around and some reviews, and some people saying some really nasty things.
Yeah, like you're destroying our morals and stuff like that. But I'm like, you're still watching. And like, I had the social media team. Like, I did it as an experiment. I had my social media team making sure they get like people's handles who are like, this is a terrible show, should be cancelled. And you won't believe all the people the ones that we sort of noted down, everyone who said, you're messing up our culture, would be saying the same thing for the entire 13 episodes.
Huh?
So they'll come back and watch and still say, this is bad for our morals, but they come back again.
Watching.
They will come in like, so at some point, I was like, bruh, this is a joke.
Now we see. And do you know the thing is, I don't understand, right? Because I think if you're creating something, you do it from real life.
Of course.
There are so many stories in Zambia.
But everything in Divorce Club is based on reality.
Right?
Yeah. So all the people who were performing or sort of reenacting these people's stuff are genuine stuff that happened to real people.
Yeah.
So when they were like, this is not us, I'm like, yeah, okay.
No, it's lies. And let's just be honest. I hate to say, I've been to a lot of places around the world and I love my people, but sometimes here there's a culture of side chicks. I'm just saying, we just have to say it as it is. And there's lots of great things about Zambia, but and this, this saying of like, we're a Christian nation. Yeah. Let's correct it. We are a nation trying to be Christians rather than,
100.
And that's the truth. No one's perfect.
100. Even Christians aren't perfect.
That's the thing.
Like you said, the side chick culture in Zambia is 0 to none. It's like 80% of the population has side chicks. Like if you find a man who doesn't have a side chick, he's like 1 in 18 million. The cameraman's smiling like, what are you saying, man? Stop talking. He's like, stop talking, man. What are you doing? But like So those are things that happen in Zambia. Of course, you know, like nobody speaks about them. But the problem is, I'm a creative. Do you know what I mean? My job is to tell stories.
The truth, right?
So as I'm telling these stories, I have to tell what's going on. So some people will take it and be like, yeah, we have side chicks, and others will be like, this is wrong and it needs to be fixed. But I've given you the platform to talk about it.
Yeah, and I agree with that. And honestly, you did a really good job. I really did enjoy that.
Thank you.
I'm addicted. Like, I'm so
How many episodes have you watched?
I'm probably like on 5 or 6 now.
Oh, so you haven't even met
No, don't say nothing. Okay. Don't ruin it. Don't ruin it. So talking about filmmaking, right? For people that don't know, you might have seen it behind the scenes. You know, we've followed David in a few places. One thing I want to rate you on, I love this ratio of women and men in the industry, and you're bringing it, right? Because you were saying to me, you've got more women here, right?
Men, yeah.
Wow. In a percentage, give us an average. What you think that is?
60-40.
60% women?
Yeah.
And like 40% men?
Yeah.
I rate that.
But that wasn't done on purpose. It just happened. So it's not like I was out there looking for women. I mean, obviously I wanted to have a balanced ratio, because that's one thing I noticed. Like, for instance, Agnes, our AC, our first AC, anywhere else in Zambia.
Yeah.
Okay, let me not say that, because I don't know how the industry's evolved now. But like, when I first came, let's put it that way. When I first came, a lot of these technical stuff were very male-centric. Like, you have to be a man. So I was like, no, I've worked with some amazing, like the cinematographer on Black Dollar was a woman. The AC on Black Dollar was a woman. So like, I've worked with some of the best creative minds who were female.
Yeah.
So I was like, if I'm going to do something, I'm going to change the mold. Like, you saw my GM, she's a woman.
Yeah.
Office management, woman. Do you know what I mean? So I sort of went in with that open mind. Mm-hmm. Then I think, you know, God just started bringing me some of the best talents, and, you know, they just happen to be women. So
yeah, I love that. It's a really it's really nice to see that in the film industry, because even like just having careers, like even for me working in TV, it's just so male driven.
Of course.
Do you know what I mean? And sometimes like it's like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Like, fun question: how do you like being black in Africa? How was that getting on? How'd you find it?
Everyone looks like me.
Right.
Everyone sounds okay, but I don't know if they sound like me. But like, it's good to just open the window and you're like, oh, hello, mate. You know, so it's just nice. For the first time in my life, I'm a majority.
I know,
That's
right?
beautiful.
I know.
That's
I really love that.
Yeah.
So, what do you think about, you know, the whole Harvey Weinstein thing? Now, when it comes to filmmaking, we know that a lot of people abuse their power. Sorry to say it, guys, but it's in particular men who abuse their power. Like, what's your whole theory on that? How do you feel about that? How do you do your casting?
Yeah. So, like, I don't know if I agree with, you know, most in particular, most men. It's mostly men.
What do you mean?
I don't agree.
What do you mean you don't agree? Out of 100%, you think it's 50-50 then?
I mean, I can't talk on that because I don't have the facts. But listen to my point. My point is this, Mm-hmm. There are actually 3 sides to the story. Okay, I disagree with both of them. I think they're all wrong. Okay. There are men who do abuse their power and sort of cast people after they've received certain, you know, explicit favors.
Yes.
But there are also women who abuse their powers.
I agree with that.
After they've also received similar kind of favors. But the third side of the story is there are both men and women who throw themselves in these situations hoping to receive those favors. That's what I'm trying to say. And obviously I'm an executive, so I've seen it like on...
Have you ever been in that situation?
Of course. Like, when I'm doing, say for instance, I'm holding a casting call, more so here than in the UK, but in the UK as well, you will have someone who doesn't have the talent, but they will find a way to get into your inbox and say, listen, David, I'm going to do X, Y, Z if you give me the role. Now,
do they actually say it like that?
Yeah, but somebody like will send you pictures. Like, this is my cat. Okay? You can have this cat. If you know what I'm saying. If you
Are you serious?
What?
Wow, okay.
It's bad. So now, look at it now from this perspective. If I was a weak man and sort of was driven by my beep, bruv, I'll be casting people left, right, and center.
Really?
Yeah, of course, because you're getting free favors and all of these things. So you're gonna be like, well, you want some? Come get some. I'm gonna give you a role. And some of them will tell you, you don't even have to pay me. I just want to be famous. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So now, hence the reason, you know, I'm not like totally agreeing with you, though I am agreeing with you to an extent.
But can we agree, although we don't have all the facts, can we agree it's more men, or do you think it's a 50-50 thing?
I don't think it's a 50-50 thing, but I also don't think it's more men, because in light of the Amber Rose versus Johnny Depp, the world has been shocked.
Yeah,
Do you know what I'm trying to say?
she was too
So it
much.
all depends. I feel the feminine side of things will always seem a bit more emotional and sort of drive the masses to be like, oh, how could you do that? But in the same way that we're now starting to discover or uncover that a lot of men are getting abused by women, is the same way this thing has been going. And so progressively, we're going to get to a point where we realize, wait a second, there are women in power also abusing guys. So the issue at hand isn't who's doing it, who the perpetrator is. The issue is the abuse should stop, whether for men or for women.
And have you put anything in place in your company?
100%.
I love that.
100%. Everyone, like I said, everyone gets a job based on merit. Now, I can't say with absolute certainty that, you know, I don't have a producer or a director in the company who may, or, you know, have gotten favors from, because I don't know what they do in their private time.
Know
you know
exactly.
What I mean? But as far as I'm concerned, and all the principles and, you know, sort of the rules that we've implemented in the company, everyone works based on merit. And sometimes you see it all the time. You're going to notice that this guy is acting a bit funny, innit? What's going on here?
But sometimes you get relationships in the workplace, you know what I mean? Like,
sometimes you do, but then it's always the fishy ones. There's always that, them ones where it's like, move to the left, and she's looking at him like, what? I'm like, come here, you young man. What's going on here? And then you clean it up. So the abuse of it is what I'm against, whether it's coming from a male or coming from a female, or you sort of objectifying yourself. So I'm not going to say, you know, it happens mainly with males or it happens mainly with females. Yeah.
And in wage-wise, are they paid the same, men and women, for their jobs that they do?
Not in the UK.
No, I'm on about here for your company.
Yeah. You get paid based on your skill set.
Love that.
Yeah, you don't get paid because you're man or woman. Yeah.
Okay, so for the people watching, David, what advice would you give to aspiring filmmakers? I know there'll be a lot of people here thinking, oh my gosh, like, he's done it, I can do it. What advice would you give them?
First and foremost, I don't think I've done it. I still feel I'm a work in progress.
Yeah, but you're in it.
Okay, maybe I'm in it. I told someone what I've always told myself. Start where you are, use what you have, and the rest will happen. A lot of people want to have the camera like the one you have to get started. If I show you my first project, you'd be shocked.
Really?
Bruv, it was rubbish.
Oh, you're going to have to send it to me.
Yeah, it was rubbish.
I want to see it.
But it was my starting place. In fact, let me show you something.
Yeah.
Let me show you something. So I've been vlogging my life for the past 31 years.
Are you going on YouTube? Like, what's going on?
My life.
Why
my personal life.
Why not like that? But it'd be really interesting. Like, Diary of a CEO. Like, I
I've got it.
No, but I know what you mean. You're not consistent, babe. I was like a little nosy. Like, that'd be so interesting.
So I've been vlogging my life for the past 20 odd years.
Really?
Yeah. So this is.
Oh, he's doing the whole Kanye West thing.
Do you know I did it before Kanye West? Okay, no, because he's older than me. But I did it without knowing Kanye West did it. So when he did it, I was like, "What? This is mad." So this is me when I first decided to establish Kazadi.
Oh my gosh, can we show this on camera? Elijah, can you put this to the camera? How old were you then?
18. Yeah. So you can see it's from bubbles. Literally.
I love that. Yeah, you're going to have to send that to me because I actually want another clip. Anything of that nature. And can you do me a favour? Send me one, like a really old one and a current one.
Yeah.
Right? That'd be really nice to see.
Yeah,
so you really believe in yourself, don't you?
I had to learn to believe in myself.
Where did that come from, though?
I think partly my faith. You've got to believe, you know, being a PK, faith is like a thing. But then obviously my experience in life, I quickly realized that everything and anything is achievable. You just have to decide to chase after it. And so I realized, like, and you know, I realized it was some stupid stuff. So you know how you've got these girls in school, yeah, and like this girl can only go out with these kind of guys and whatnot. So then I realized, because I tried it, I was like, this is what you call your top girl, and obviously I'm not a top boy, so I'm gonna try and get to her. And when I got her, it was either, how am I trying to say? Like I would always get something either with time or because it was supposed to be mine. Then I realized one thing, like that's what made me realize everything. Like I can achieve anything I want to achieve and get, but I have to allow two things: either more time or it's either I get it with more time or I get it because I'm in the position to get it at that point in time. And so once I realized that, I was like, what else do I want? So it's
Oh my gosh, that's really deep.
yeah, you have to understand how because everyone has like a, how to term it, like everyone has a thing. Some people get it because, you know, they've got money so they can buy it, but other people it's, I may not have money but I have time. I may not have time but I have money.
You know, I just find that so inspiring. I was literally crying my eyes out this morning. Like, I'm emotional. Like, sometimes I can be really emotional. I'm a female, especially it's the time of the month.
I'm emotional as well.
And I'm a Pisces. I'm a water sign. But I was working on something. I've been trying to build something for a long time, and it just didn't work out. And I don't know what it is. I trapped my hand in the door of my car, and I was just like, and it's really weird what you've just said, because I feel like you're saying it to me.
Mad.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I was literally crying this morning. I was saying to God, I'm like, you've given me all this talent. You know how long I've been working on this thing for, and it's not working. Like, what's the point? And I just had a lot of like self-doubt. And I was just like, I was really angry. Because I was like, why are you making me to be a certain way, but you're not showing me the way? Yeah. And it's just really weird what you're saying, you know, because sometimes like God works in different ways for you to hear it.
Of course.
And I swear, I feel like God is like, you see?
Well, I'm happy. Praise be to God.
And that just really resonated in me. I really love that. Thank you so much.
I realized, you know, anything I wanted to achieve, if it's really supposed to be mine, then there's two things I have to do. Either I have to work really hard on it, or I just have to give it enough time. And once I realized that was my thing, I just knew. So if I've done both, I've worked really hard and I've given it enough time and it doesn't happen, I automatically know it's not mine. Because God just, that's how God tells me it's not. But if I've worked really hard and I've given it enough time, half of the time it always comes through. So then instead of complaining about stuff that aren't working, I now know and sort of have a system to know when they shouldn't work and when they should. And so the more I grew into this space, I started realizing, wow, like our body and the world is so intelligent, you know, whether you believe in stars or believe in God, like everything you need around you tells you about everything you need around you. And so I've come up with a saying, which is how you do anything is how you do everything. And so from how I wake up and brush my teeth and get to work and so on and so forth is basically how my life will be in everything else that I do. And yeah, that's sort of how. I love that. Yeah.
So in regards to like missing home and stuff, what do you miss the most? And like, hold on, let me just think about this. You're not a family at 8. What's Christmas like?
Heavy. My family Christmas is hectic because obviously not only is there 8 of us, but then we've got like extended family, cousins, uncles and stuff like that. So they all come to my house.
Oh my gosh.
And so, you know, like the pictures you see where people are sleeping on couches and stuff, that's legit us. Like,
really?
Yeah, because you're going to have to give up your bedroom for an auntie.
Yeah.
And then you all move, you know what I mean? So like I'll be on a couch and then before you know it, my other cousin comes and jumps on so you're literally like sleeping on top of each other. But it's fun.
Do you play board games? Are you Monopoly house?
We play Monopoly, we play Scrabble, we play cards. But obviously the most competitive is Scrabble because I come from an intellectual family. Like my mum's a lawyer, my dad's a doctor, my sister's a lawyer, my brother's a psychologist, my other brother's is a coder, or what do you call them? There's a new name for them now. Like
what does he do? What's the job?
AI what is it? Programmer. Yeah. Oh, so like freaking intelligent kids. So when we start playing,
are they all in the UK?
They're all in the UK. Yeah.
They haven't come back home.
No, they didn't like it. They didn't have the patience that I did.
Oh wow, yeah. So interesting.
When we start playing Scrabble, you can imagine it gets competitive because this was bringing you like legislation, litigation, and then you get dad writing onomatopoeic, and you're like, bruh. So it gets real competitive, and we'll be playing from like say 8, and like whoever wins, because can you imagine there's that many of us, yeah?
Oh my
Whoever
gosh,
wins,
I can't even imagine the words. Are they saying those big Zambian words
big
like
words,
imbecile?
yeah, bruv. Scrabble goes down. Then if someone wins, you want to like do over. Like, no, we'll do it again.
Oh
So
my gosh.
we'll start playing from 8 p.m. and by like 8 a.m. we're still playing. Then we decide, you know what, yeah, it's time to sleep.
Fun, though.
It's a lot of fun, and that's what I miss about the family. Obviously now we're all grown and whatnot, so my sister's doing her thing. And we obviously like, I've been here 2 consecutive years. Like,
so how are you finding like Christmas time? Don't you?
because Christmas is
Don't you
not
miss
really.
like Yorkshire puddings? Do you know
I
what I mean?
do,
Like
I
really
do,
British
I really
stuff.
do, I really
You know,
do.
when I come next time, I'll be like, do you want me to bring
You're
you
gonna
some
come on
Yorkshire
Christmas?
puddings? I'm thinking about it.
Yeah, you should come.
Yeah.
Because you know Christmas is not a thing here.
No.
Yeah, they don't really celebrate it like
I
that.
know I've been here at one Christmas and it was like it's really hot, which I love, but obviously
I don't know if I love a hot Christmas. I can't lie to you.
I do.
Yeah.
I just, as long as you've got the food, I think you're fine.
I still want to look out and see some
You want to be
snow
cold
on Christmas. Of course, that's
Really?
tradition, mate. Why would you want to be in the sun on Christmas Day? That's confusing.
Really?
Yeah. So I
like
wake
it.
up and it's just sunny, and I'm like, where's Christmas?
I don't mind it. I really am not bothered. So in terms, who's your biggest influence in filmmaking? Who's your director? Who's the one who's dipping it and doing it for you?
He's not really a director, but obviously I've got directors who influence me. So
Yep.
the filmmaker
Yes.
that I am mostly inspired by
Yeah.
is Walt Disney. Because what he did is basically what we're doing. In that he started from rubble, started with one film or one character, built that into an empire. Then from that, he sort of built all the different businesses. That's what Kazadi Films is doing. So Kazadi Films, like right now we have Kazadi Films, the production house. We have Zizzo Plus, the distribution arm. We have Hot FM, which is the radio station. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
It's a full
circle. Soon we're going to have the studio because
I saw you're going to start like making kids programs.
Yeah, kids programs. Yeah, we're going to have the whole studio that's going to be built, which is currently in production. Then we're going to have Kazadi World, the theme park, which I'll send you videos of. So like, he inspires me because he sort of laid out the blueprint, and I'm just like, if he did it, I could do it. Now I'm inspired by Walt Disney. I'm hoping I can inspire the next Zambian kid to think, David did it. Why can't I do it? Do you know what I mean?
What's the most important quality for a director?
Interpersonal skills. You got to know people.
Okay.
Yeah. Because ultimately, as a director, your job is to get the best out of the people, but also represent the people that you're trying to represent in the best possible way, or the not best, the truest form. And so, if you don't understand people and you're not about people, but you want to work with people, you're not going to get it right.
That's so true. I remember that in film school as well, like especially like when we're doing short films and stuff. I chose directing because back in the day I used to be a drama kid.
Okay.
So I used to do acting.
Yeah.
So I understand what it means to bring emotions and all that type of stuff. But it's really true, especially when you're working out with actors and stuff. Guys, I'm not no big director here. Don't be dissing me in the comments. Don't finish me. Don't finish me. Like, who's this? Don't finish me in the comments. No, because sometimes people, they'll be like, yeah, you come in the scene and not even telling you anything, like cry. But why am I crying? What happened? And it's when those skills, when you really break it down.
But you know what? Like for me, that's a massive skill in itself. But for me, a good director starts off before you're even in front of cameras. It's about how you're relating to the people off camera. Do you know what I mean? Like one of the things that I normally do with any talent that I work with is I want to know them. Like I'll have a sit down with you. We'll go for drinks and whatnot. I mean, I don't drink alcohol, but we'll go for drinks.
Why don't you drink? I'm curious.
I've never had alcohol.
You've never tried it?
No.
You don't want to try just a little glass of wine, babe?
I'm too old now.
Just a little glass of wine.
Do you know what it feels like for me? It's like you've never broken your virginity, and now you're just too old to do it. So it's just
no, it's not the same.
To me, it feels the same. I swear, because I've had so many people say to me, "David, just try it," and I'm just like, "No." But like, have you survived?
Wait, what's that like? Little Hunter's Gold?
Nothing. Like
no?
I don't.
Little Savannah?
Nothing. I've never had alcohol in my life.
Pooch is like Fanta.
I would never know.
Okay then. Now we know.
I'd never know.
We'll get you. You just be like, what's going on? Give me eyes.
So I used to take them out for drinks and get to know who they are.
Yeah.
Then once I know who they are, it facilitates how I work with them as well.
When it comes to filmmaking, for you, like, what is like the ultimate goal? What do you want to achieve when you're creating a film?
Resonance. I want people to connect to what's been done. Like, you know, when you said to me, you thought Eunice was like really going through it.
Yeah.
That's it. That means I've done a good job. So I'm happy, because then you're watching it from an emotional perspective as opposed to watching it from a voyeur's perspective. If you're watching any of my projects, whether film, CV, series and stuff, and you're like, I kind of know where this is going.
Yeah.
Then
it's not good, is it?
It's not good for me anyway. That's my thing. So when you're watching my stuff, you're feeling all the emotions, and it kind of feels like I'm taking you this way. Then all of a sudden I give you a, and you're like,
oh my gosh, guys! If you haven't watched Divorce Codes, it's like a roller coaster. It's so gripped to your chair. You're like, oh my gosh, what's going to happen next? What's going to happen next? And you see how you do it, yeah? You get us all the way to the end,
and then I cut you off.
You're like,
if I could do that, then yeah, I'm a happy filmmaker.
Oh, I love that. Yeah. And how do you feel like? Do you feel like the Zambian industry? Obviously, I know it's changing, but what are the main? Let's just keep it quick. What is the main thing that has changed for you that was not there before?
They're more open to doing bigger projects and receptive of people like me, because there was a bit of an sort of, how do you term it?
Fight back.
Yeah, there was a lot of fight back, and like there's a word for it. Like they didn't want to let me in or embrace me in the very beginning. Yeah, because they're like, who does he think he is? And so I sort of made a lot of, I wouldn't say enemies, but that's the only word that comes to mind. A lot of people who didn't like me, not because I necessarily did anything to them, just because they felt like I was coming too strong and I became an...
Yeah, but you know what? It's their insecurities. Because I've noticed it here. Like, the thing is that, guys, when we come back home, we come with love, innit?
Absolutely.
We're just like, oh my gosh, I'm going back home.
Yeah,
I'm going to be my people. I'm going to eat my shimmer. Like, it's crazy how, like, fish and chips is shimmer. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So we come with, and we're so excited. Like, we want to make friends. Like, we want to speak to people. We want to, like, mingle. And then, like, you get to a party. Imagine you get to a party, like, whoop, whoop, whoop. And then no one wants to talk to you.
No one's talking to you,
like, oh, but
it's long. It's long.
You know, and it's such a sad feeling. Like, they tell us all the time, go home, go home. But if we go home and you don't embrace us.
And it's worse because, like, one of the things that I complained about, and I said to my uncle was, in the UK, I'm obviously a minority. And then I come back home and I feel like a minority with my own people because some of them don't accept me. But also there's this thing where they overhype a Caucasian or anyone who's not black. And so it's like, you kind of, you know, obviously...
It's weird, isn't it?
It's weird because you're just like, how are you trying to make me a minority in a country where I should be the majority because you have someone else from a different race? And obviously I work with all sorts of people.
Yeah, but it's the simple things, David. It's standing in a queue, isn't it?
Yes.
It's standing in a queue and you're both, because we have the British mentality. If I'm first. I'm first.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? Went to back one time and there was someone, the white girl in front of me.
They pushed her first.
I was like, excuse me, babes. And then because over here, Zambia was so polite. No, it's okay. You can manage. Just go. Babes, if you're pushing, I'm going to tell you. I was like, excuse me, I'm in the queue. No, I'm just going to be really quick. I said, no. I'm going to be really quick.
Wait
so
in
you
line.
wait for me. And everyone in the bank was like,
why is she doing that? Yeah. 100. Right. And I've had that. So there's that. There's a lot of
madness, right?
Yeah.
I hate that. That's like one of the things I hate the most about Zambia. Okay, then. So what, really quick, top 3 films that you watched recently?
Black Dollar. Secret Life of a Slay Queen. Beautiful Miss.
Right. Why just out here?
I just plugged myself there.
What would you say to your 18-year-old self? Like, if you could go back and just give yourself a little bit of inspiration, what would you say?
Be easy on yourself and trust your instinct. Yeah.
Easy on yourself and trust your instincts.
Yeah.
I think that's quite a good one. So can you tell us about like future projects? You see, it's come to the end now. I was going to ask you. Beaver. So tell us, what are you working on? What should people watch?
So I want to do Black Dollar Part 2, which is going to be bigger and hopefully better. We're in talks with Angelina Jolie's people because we want to bring her to Zambia. We wanted to get Idris Elba, but he's just too expensive. So what we're trying to do now is, because Hollywood has put an X on Will Smith, we want to bring him home. Do you know what I mean? So While Hollywood is like, no, we don't want you. We'll be like, listen, Zambia and Africa wants you. And so if we could get Will Smith and the likes of Angelina Jolie, I mean, if we can afford Idris, if there's an investor out there here listening to this, bruv, we could do with getting these people back here. But ultimately, the ones that we think we can afford would be Angelina Jolie and Will Smith. We get them in Black Dollar too, as well as the local talent. That will be a breakthrough for Zambia.
Do it, please. Can I come to the movie premiere?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Did you see the last one?
Yeah, look really good.
That was banging,
really
innit?
good. And I was like, why am I not there?
You know?
I know, and it's really fun. I was saying to my sister, I said, you know what? I'm just gonna go to Zambia, just go, She's like, calm down, babes.
Yeah, no,
you
definitely get an invitation.
No, I will do. So, David, this is called the fun round. We're gonna end now.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna tell you the rules.
Okay, come on.
You have to just answer quickly. You can't do it's like a buzz round, essentially, right? So whatever I answer you, I want a quick answer.
Okay, let me get a sip of water first.
Yeah, you ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm ready now.
Right, okay, you ready?
I am.
Best time art actor.
Denzel.
Your favorite movie of all time? No, you're doing see.
Yeah,
no,
I did it, innit?
No, okay.
Best movie of all time, Rare Windows.
Okay, yeah.
Alfred Hitchcock.
Yeah, hold on. Okay, we'll go back in a minute, yeah, but we can't
We can't do that, yeah.
It's a buzz round, so you can't make it
Alright,
boring.
let's go.
Okay, best movie of all time.
Rare Windows.
Do you have a girlfriend?
No. Trying to catch me up, man. I'm too sharp, man. I'm too sharp. It's like, you have a girlfriend, what's her name? Then catch me slipping. No, I don't have a girlfriend.
Okay, then. If you had the opportunity to remake a classic, what would it be?
Rare Windows.
Really? You really love Rare Windows that much?
Yes.
I know it's a very film school. Guys,
But
we're going to
it's
geek out for a
serious.
little bit, right?
It's a serious film.
Rear Windows is like the 101 that you learn about film school. And it's such a simple concept. It's just really people spying on other people in windows. That's the film, innit?
Yeah. But the time that he did it and the technology, so the technology that was available to him during that time and what he managed to do with it, like from a storytelling perspective, cinematography perspective, scriptwriting perspective, it was just genius. So if I were to remake it, I would want to remake it in that time just to work out, like to understand what was going on in Alfred Hitchcock's brain, because I just think it's genius.
Do you know what would be really interested if you made it? Like, I'd love to see like what people get, like in the compounds and stuff.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Stolen. Stolen.
No, that'd be bad.
That would be serious, yeah.
People get up to mess.
Oh,
Good,
The Rose Club 2.0.
Top 3 top films.
Top 3
of
films.
all time.
Of all times.
Yes.
Can I say Rare Windows again?
No, you've got to say something else, babe.
Blue Streak with Martin Lawrence.
None of this fluffing, please.
Okay,
please.
so Blue Streak, because I'd watch that over and over again.
Yeah.
Oh
no, this is dead. It's done. Forget it again.
There's just so many films like that, bruh.
Okay, the worst movie of all time. We'll end it with that.
Don't hate me. Human Centipede. I don't understand the point of that film.
Seen that.
You've never seen it?
No.
So it's a movie about a scientist who tries to create a human centipede. And I saw
the trailers for
that.
that.
He ties people's mouths next to their derrieres, and they also, if one, it just.
Yeah, I saw that. Well, guys, we have come to the end of the video. David, I just want to say thank you for your time.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you for showing us around. Like, we've really enjoyed ourselves, right? Do you do internships or anything, David?
Yeah,
Can I get my guys to come to your office one time and do an internship? Don't just be chatting on camera.
No, they can. Just not like.
No, are you hearing this?
Yeah.
Are you hearing? Are you hearing this? What did you
Putting me on the spot. No, they can do it. Just
Yeah?
I've got interns right now from Evelyn Own College.
Yeah.
I think that's what it's called, yeah. So there's about 4 of them that have an internship with us for the next 2 months. Then I got 2 others from Qatar University that are here. So
do they need to pay? Actually, tell us a bit about your internship program.
Internships
Because there might
are
be some people watching who are really
None.
interested.
My internships are free.
Yeah.
Because you're coming to understand the workplace and whatnot.
So what do my guys need to do an internship with you, David?
Apply, show us some of the work that they've done.
Yeah.
And, like show.
How do they contact you?
I'm on everything. I'm on Instagram, Facebook.
So send a DM on Instagram. We'll give you their email address. Send your work. Tell him what you're interested in. And they can go from there, yeah?
Easy. Then
I'm a nice boss, isn't it?
It's straightforward. Yeah. So it's
is that good though, yeah?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, thank you. That's so sweet.
Absolutely.
David, you've been amazing, and I really hope you guys have enjoyed this video. What I love about you is that you're very real talk, and that really makes a difference. And the fact that you're out here, you're doing it, and I think the word I want to use is you're being sincere and you're being humble. I think humble is a big thing. Don't get me wrong, like you've got a personality and stuff like that, but you're humble. Do you know what I mean? And people don't realize, babe, humble is so sexy. Like people like Tupac said, no, but it really is.
Real, yeah.
And a lot of people think like in a position that you're in at the moment, a lot of people would think like you're big-headed and wow, you can't tell me nothing.
A lot of people still think I'm big-headed until they meet me.
He's really down to earth. Like when I contacted him, he was just so easy breezy. I was a bit nervous. I was like, what is
For real?
Like?
Mad.
Well, obviously, we've got a common friend. My friend in Sofa knows him. She was like, just David, man, just talk to him, man. She's like, why are you scared?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But I'm just like, is it going to be the cool British person? Because, babe, you know the other ones are like,
no.
I'm in Zambia and I'm doing stuff. You can't talk to me. Like, who are you? Where are you from? It's not like that. So, guys, thank you. Thank you to David.
Thank you.
Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Share this video with your friends, and make sure that you tell people about Trish Chanda, your friends.
Come on.
And then listen, I don't want to be hearing from you, Trish, you never interview British Zambians. Trish, you're not talking to anyone in the diaspora. It's here. So if you don't share this video, I'm not going to interview anyone else.
You heard it here first. Mic drop. Boom.